Greetings. My name is Paul Fowler. I serve as the campus pastor here at Lake Forest, and I'm excited to be able to share the devotionals with you this week. Our Advent theme this year is The Weary World Rejoices. And each week we're walking through the different Advent candles: faith, hope, love, peace. And today we're going to be talking about peace, which is kind of hard during a time when it seems like peace is elusive, where things are difficult. Look around our home, our world, our lives. Where is peace? But I think we have to understand the whole story of salvation to really understand what it means as we celebrate on Christmas that the Prince of Peace was born. So this week we're going to be looking at Isaiah's chapter 8 through chapter 12. I encourage you today, read Isaiah chapter 8 as your devotional. I want to start by sharing one of my favorite Christmas movies is called It's a Wonderful Life. Maybe you've seen it. It's Frank Capra's story that is starring Donna Reed and Jimmy Stewart. And it's the story of a guy who comes to a place in his life where he thinks he has nothing left to live for. And so he decides to end his life, but his guardian angel shows up and saves him. So they kind of have a conversation after he saves him, and the character, George Bailey as his name, is so frustrated and just wishes he'd never been born. Well, his guardian angel gives him his wish, and he gets to see what the world is like if he'd never been born. He sees how his brother wouldn't have survived, what his mom's life would have been like, his wife, had he never married her, just even this whole world, how it was much darker and colder in the town just because he had never been born. What's interesting about that for me is thinking, what would a world be like if there was no Christmas? What would you do this dark and cold season? No presents, no music, no food and fun, all the great things that we do. Not to mention, what would our broad world look like if Christ had never been born? His impact on the world and our society and how we live and morality, what would our society look like without Christmas? Well, as we study in our passage through Isaiah chapter 8 through chapter 12, Isaiah 8 is a story of what a world looks like without Christmas. Isaiah 8 is a message to the people of Israel who are currently living in Israel, and they hadn't followed God, and so he's judging them, and they're going to be sent off into exile. And I want to read Isaiah chapter 8, verse 21 through 22, which is what a world looks like if there'd been no Christmas. Verse 21 says, "Distressed and hungry, they will roam through the land. When they are famished, they will become enraged, and looking upward, will curse their king and their God. They will look toward the earth and see only distress and darkness and fearful gloom, and they will be thrust into utter darkness." A world without Christmas would be quite dark. Imagine, what would your life look like if Christ had never been born? My assumption is probably darker and more difficult. That's why this season is so important. That's why we need to look back to the birth of Jesus Christ. That's what brings light into our world. So I encourage you, take some time to sit back and reflect and think, what would your life be like if you had never seen Christ, if you'd never believed in him? And thank him today for everything that he's done for you. Have a good day.